Hey, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Tyler, and I'm back again with more Let's Play World of Warcraft, The Burning Crusade. This is episode 2, and we're starting off this video right quick. We're going to be hitting up these Nestlewood Alkins with the inoculating crystal we have for the quest inoculation. We also have the quest spare parts, where we are going to be collecting these emitter spare parts. We're over here in the Almond Vale. More specifically, the Nestlewood Hills, which is just southeast-ish of the crash site. So we need 4 spare emitter parts, and then we need to inoculate 6 of these Nestlewood Alkins. Now, the Nestlewood Alkins are neutral mobs. They won't attack you. They're not hostile. So if you enter into their, quote-unquote aggro radius, I mean, they technically don't have one since they are neutral mobs. But among the Nestlewood Alkin are hostile mobs. I haven't encountered any yet, but they are here. These mutated Alkins, they've already been mutated. There's no saving them. There's no reason to try and inoculate them. But let's go ahead and take on a few of these mutated Alkins. We're gonna have to fight at least a few of them as we head towards the back of the hills. The Nestlewood Hills is where we're gonna find a lot more of these spare emitter parts. There's only gonna be a handful of them here, but the majority of them, if we continue up this hill, you'll see there's a backside, the Nestlewood Hills. There's a little cave over here. That's where we are heading towards. That's where most of the emitter spare parts are going to be. When I was playing live on my Hunter, and there were tons and tons of people online. I'm not sure how many people are online right now. I can actually check. If you are on the server and you type in /server space info, it'll bring up all the server information. Uptime's only been about 9 minutes. It was online for about 6 hours before there was a small crash. Didn't last very long. Nothing to worry about. But you see here, 2,800 online players at the moment. Now, when I was playing, and there were probably about, when the server launched on launch day, and there were probably about 6,000, 7,000 players trying to, log in and play at the same time, and a lot of them were starting off as Draenei. It was, I wouldn't say impossible to try and do this quest, but let me tell you, people were. It was crazy. It was a shit show, in the sense that there were just so many players in this one little tight, compact area, all trying to loot these spare parts, all trying to inoculate the Nestlewood Alkin. And not as many Nestlewood Alkins as there are mutated Alkins in the back of this Nestlewood Hills area. So I'm going to cut away. I'm going to find my last Nestlewood Alkin I need to inoculate here. I'm sure he's somewhere here through the cave. There's a couple over there. I already have 4 of the spare emitter parts, so I don't have to worry about that. But I will meet you guys back at the crash site where we can go ahead and turn in these 2 quests. And I think there's only going to be a handful of quests left over. I think it's once we turn in these 2 quests, we're going to head over to the invading Blood Elves. Get those Blood Elf scum out of our Almond Vale. Get them out. Alrighty guys, we are back here at the crash site. Let's go ahead and turn in these 2 quests. First, spare parts to Technician Zana, and give her the 4 spare emitter parts, and we can get these beaten chain leggings. Much needed upgrade over the Squire's pants that we start off with on this character, plus 56 more armor. Now that definitely helps out a lot. And then the other quest, inoculation, we can turn into Vindicator Aldar here, the inoculating crystal he needs back, and we can choose between Elixir of Minor Defense or Elixir of Lion Strength. Both last 1 hour. One's a Guardian Elixir, one's a Battle Elixir, so it's either plus 50 armor or plus 4 strength. I'm gonna go with the strength. You really can't go wrong with either, and alongside that you will get 3 minor healing potions. Let's go ahead and put those in our bar here. And then the Missing Scout is the next quest, the next follow-up.
May I be of service?
And let's go ahead and sell some gear here, and we haven't hit 5 yet. We're still 4, and I believe at 4 we already picked up Blessing of Might and Judgment, so there's nothing at our Paladin Trainer to learn. So let's head on out and try and find the Missing Scout. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Find and speak with Tolan at Shadow Ridge. So Shadow Ridge is where we're heading. That's where all the Blood Elves have been infiltrating our peaceful little vale here. We have now several separate confirmations of unusual activity up on the Shadow Ridge. This is disturbing. We thought the scouting missions already undertaken had been thorough. One of my scouts hasn't reported back yet. Paladin, I need you to head southwest to the other side of Silver Lion Lake. Oh, this lake actually has a name. I had no idea. I didn't know what it was called. I thought it was just the lake. And find Tolan and see what has delayed him. Well, we know. Well, spoilers. I know what's delayed him. Maybe you guys don't know if you've never played a Draenei before. But some filthy Blood Elves. Addicted to mana. Consuming mana. Devouring mana. Arcane magic, I should say. Have infiltrated our vale. The missing scout. Here he is. Help! Blood Elves! They ambushed me. Don't have long. So we need to kill 10 of these Blood Elves. Blood Elf scouts. More specifically. They're the only mobs in this area though, so it's not like there aren't Blood Elf scouts and then Blood Elf spies also. It's just scouts. But we need to kill 10 of them, which is easy enough unless you're like me and you like to round up about 2 or 3 of them and you don't have an AoE spell. Nobody has an AoE spell this low level. But they're pretty much pushovers. They do have Fairy Fire, so watch out if you are a rogue. However, I don't think Draenei can be rogues, so I guess you don't have to worry about Fairy Fire. But it does reduce your armor, and it prevents you from using stealth and invisibility. But again, we don't have to worry about that. I would say the only class that has to worry about that as a Draenei would be mages, because they do get an invisibility spell, but that's not until about level 30 or 40. So again, not much to worry about with these Blood Elf scouts. So with that being said, I'm not going to head up the hill here. There are a lot more Blood Elf scouts up there, but ding dong! Level 5, we've reached level 5. We've gained 8 hit points, 7 mana, 1 strength, 1 stam, 1 int, 1 spirit. We're just running the gauntlet of all these stats. All of our base stats. I think the last time we leveled up to 4, every single one of these stats, strength, agi, stam, int, and spirit, all +1. This time, we're missing out on agility, but that's okay. We don't need agility as much as we do the other stats. So I'm going to cut away and finish killing off these scouts, and I'll meet you guys back at the quest giver, Tolan, in just a couple seconds here. Alrighty, back here with Tolan. Let's go ahead and turn in the Blood Elves. There are too many of them. We must whittle them down, or else the survivors will have no chance against them. Well, guess what? I took them all out because I'm a fucking beast. What do you got to say about that, Tolan? You're weak as shit. Level 4. Get out of here. Get out of here, Tolan. You bring disgrace and dishonor to the Draenei name. Now, the final quest here in Amenvale, or one of them, I should say. Blood Elf Spy. We need to slay Surveyor Candrass. She is their master. Without their master, perhaps they will retreat to regroup. We just need to buy time until the repairs are completed. The repairs to the crashed ship, the Exodar, that is. So with this, with turning in the last Blood Elves quest, we got the Weathered Mail Tunic. Let's go ahead and equip that. So much armor, plus 67 armor. So now we are almost at we're at 350 armor, and we're almost at 30% reduced physical damage taken. Now Surveyor Candrass is all the way at the top of this hill here. I guess you would call it a hill. The Blood Elves have set up a nice little encampment, as you can see here. But Surveyor Candrass is right there. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think we can take on all 3 mobs at once? I think we can. Let's go ahead and take her on. We can always pop. Ooh, we can always pop Gift of the Naru if we needed it, which it does look like we do need. And then I'm gonna pop a minor healing potion just to get me back up to full health. And Gift of the Naru should do its thing. It's a pretty strong heal over time. You just have to. It kind of ramps up in terms of healing ability. So we took out Surveyor Candrass. And let's go ahead and loot her real quick before her body despawns, although she wouldn't despawn that quickly. I'm just kind of paranoid when it comes to missing out on loot. And we can take out these 2 other Blood Elf scouts that were... This one scout patrols up and down the hill here, up where Surveyor Candrass is, so you don't even have to fight her. If you didn't want to fight 3 mobs at once, you don't have to. You can wait for her to patrol up and down either side of this hill. But I'm always up for a challenge. So with that, Surveyor Candrass has been slain. She is no more, but she also dropped these Blood Elf plans, which is another quest that starts off an item that begins a quest. So these plans seem important. You should take them back to Vindicator Aldar at the crash site. I think, you know what? I think I'll do just that. So I did pop lesser strength, so I have lesser strength, and I've got Surveyor Candrass is back up and alive. And she's going to be spamming us with some fireballs, and I don't like that very much. That's not very nice of you. So, very quick respawn, but you know what? Like I said, always up for a challenge. Just take her out a second time. Why not? Ain't no sweat off my back. And let's pop a heal here before we die. And one more melee strike, and she has been dealt with a second time. Wow, that was fast. Okay, let's hearth again for real this time back to the crash site, and we have 2 quests to turn in. Blood Elf Spy, which was Surveyor Candrass, gives us a pick of weapons here. You would think you would want to go for the Exodar Maul, which I probably will. Two-handed. Oh no, this is a one-handed mace. I was gonna say a two-handed mace, which would replace what we have here. Starting off as a paladin, and I'm not sure if this is just specific to Draenei, but we only can use one-handed maces, two-handed maces, or unarmed. Now, eventually, we can learn as a paladin, I think, you know, daggers, one-handed swords, two-handed swords. I'm not sure about axes. I don't think paladins can use axes. Staves, they cannot use staves, actually. They cannot use staves. That is one thing they cannot use. But swords for sure, and possibly daggers. But we're going to go with the Exodar Maul, because it is quite the upgrade over our two-handed mace, and it's one-handed. So if we can buy a shield, you know, we can equip a shield as well. Why not? Let's get this mace, and let's turn in Blood Elf plans as well. That gives us a nice little silver. Here, let me read those plans. The Blood Elves have followed us here. They are evil to the core and should be wiped from existence. Jesus, dude, sounding a little bit like fucking Adolf Hitler. Have you heard of him? Because you're sounding a lot like him. But I don't disagree. Blood Elves should be wiped from existence. They're a stain on humanity. The Vindicator takes a minute to regain his composure. I apologize. That was uncalled for. We are indebted to you for uncovering this information, Marceline. The Emitter is the final quest here. Speak with Technician Zana at the crash site. And then from there we will head on out to the rest of Azure Mist Isle, Blood Watch, etc., etc. Azure Watch, excuse me. I got it! I got it! I think I managed to fix the emitter. Here, I'll just activate this last crystal, and that should do it. Aha, there it is! Image of Technician Divun. I don't know these names. These names are ridiculous. Just a bunch of fucking letters smushed together, and they're calling it a name. By the 7 Atomile crystals, others have survived the crash. Zana, is that you? It is so good to see you again. Blah, blah, blah. Travel to Azure Watch. But I just want to highlight this because look at this scripting. Look at this quest scripting. Netherwing, let me tell you, if you guys were playing on any other TBC server, forget about it. But Netherwing, 100% quest scripting. It's incredible. The way they interact, the dialogue, the way the NPCs interact with the items, it's great. It's fucking incredible. This is great news. Your efforts have indeed saved us, Marceline. It makes the world feel more alive, you know? It makes it feel like your actions do have, there's an ending to quest. Your actions do have an impact on the world. You are actively working to fix, you know, the emitter. We have fixed it. We're working towards fixing our ship. I don't think this one specifically is going to be fixed, but who knows? Maybe later in the future. So this is a weaponsmith here. So we could get a club if we wanted a club. She doesn't sell. She only sells weapons. So she doesn't sell shields, which we do want a shield. So let's go ahead and equip this Exodar Maul. And it's a nice little hammer there. It's a nice little hammer. Now the general suppliesman, we can always sell our stuff to, our bread, our water. We really won't be needing that at the moment. And we are so close to level 6, but I don't think we're going to get it here at the crash site. We're going to have to continue on to Azure Watch to level up. Now, here's our paladin trainer. Again, level 5, we're not going to learn any new abilities from him, but I wanted to come in here because here's an armor smith. And hopefully this armor smith does sell shields. Arak, the armor smith, sells shields down by the seashore. Sells shields down by the seashore. Say that 5 times fast. I can't because I can't talk no good. So let's see here. We have male feet, leggings, hand hands, and all we were missing is a belt. And what else? We have male bracers. We have a male chest piece. All we're missing is the belt here. Otherwise, everything else is looking up to par with what we got from items, or from questing, from turning in all those quests. So let's equip a shield, and let's equip this tarnished chained belt, and we can sell this shitty leather one, and we are 100% set up to succeed here. Full male outfitted in full chainmail, and we've got our shield. We don't have a sword and shield, but we've got a mason shield. Now I will have to, you know, increase my skill in one-end maces, because right now it's looking pretty meager here. 1 out of 25. Yikes. So we're gonna head on out. We're gonna travel to Azure Watch. Before we even get there, though, so as we leave the Almond Vale, I will say we're gonna encounter an NPC here on this little path through the mountains out of the Vale, and essentially it's another quest to get us to go to travel to Azure Watch. Speak with an innkeeper there, I'm pretty sure. And then before we even reach Azure Watch a second time, there's another NPC out by the river here, and that's who we're gonna go to. So I'm actually gonna cut away. We're gonna save some time here as I travel through the mountainous pass. But when you see me again, I will have 2 quests to travel to Azure Watch, and we're gonna talk with who turns out to be a fishing trainer. So I'll meet you guys over there. Alrighty, everybody, we are here with Ayun. Like I said, he's sitting here. Word from Azure Watch as we leave the Almond Vale. Paladin, a couple mutated beasts jumped me, and my leg is injured. You fool, you utter fool. So he wants us to speak with caregiver Shellen at Azure Watch, and she will give us the choice between 5 brilliant small fish or 5 stacks of spring water, refreshing spring water. So this is the Almond Ford, and from here, once we cross this, we will see up ahead Dictyna. What the fuck kind of name is that, bruh? It's like I said, Diktyna. That's not even a name. That's just a bunch of letters smashed. They just smashed their fingers on the keyboard. Came up with Dictyna. Her name's literally has the word dick in her name. So this quest is always one that I usually don't do. It's a kind of a pain. Red snapper, very tasty. So we need 10 stacks of red snapper for her, and she gives us this Draenei fishing net. So you see here there are schools of these red snappers here out in the water. Now there's always going to be one of 2 things happening when we use the Draenei fishing net in a school of red snappers. Either we will get 1 stack of fish of the red snapper, we will loot it, or an angry murloc will pop out of nowhere, because guess what? Instead of fishing up some red snappers, we fished up an angry murloc. Now I was gonna say, either way, we will 100% get a drop of red snapper, because the first time I did this quest on Tylord, my hunter that I've been playing on Twitch, the angry murlocs always dropped a red snapper, but that first one did not drop a red snapper, so a little unlucky there. Looks like there's probably 2 or 3 schools of fish right here that we're just gonna spam our fishing net and see how much red snapper we get. And that was only 1 school, so you can see why I don't really like this quest that much. It's a little slow. We do have to swim out in the middle of the water, which slows our speed down considerably by about 6 to 7%, I'm pretty sure. Now I wouldn't be so upset about having to do this quest if it wasn't for the fact that these angry murlocs spawned in. But they do, so we do have to deal with that. Now I would say let's cut away, but you know, if another angry murloc spawns in, which is very likely, we were only 40% done with this quest, and I do kill it, well look at my XP, look at this bar. I'm at 95% of the way to level 6, and I don't want you guys to miss that. That's quite an accomplishment. So let's just deal with these red snappers, and hopefully, you know what? Let's do this. Let's kill this crab here, and by the time we've killed this crab, we should hit 6 possibly. If not, our mace skill will have been upgraded anyway, as close as we can get it to max level, which is 25 at the moment. Now, I've never really leveled a paladin that much, so I couldn't comment on what's a good tanking weapon, but I was running through Wailing Caverns last night, and also the Dead Mines again on my main character, my hunter, my Draenei Hunter Tylord, who you can see me play on Twitch. And we did have a paladin tanking, and she asked like, what's a good tanking weapon? And essentially, I think World Chat answered this question. Any one-handed, you want a really fast one-handed weapon, obviously along with the shield. But the one-handed weapon, the only thing that matters is the speed, because you want to be hitting the mobs as fast as you can to get all those seal hits, like Seal of Righteousness, Seal of whatever else, Seal of Crusader that you get during later levels. And just with that kill of the Angry Murloc, ding dong, we have reached level 6. We've gained 8 hit points and 23 mana, 2 strength this time, 1 agility, and 1 stamina. Now, I will cut away this time. These are the last 2 schools that we need for this quest, and then the nightmare will be over. And I'll meet you guys back at Dictina, the dumbest name in the game, and we can turn in this quest and continue on to Azerwatch. Alrighty, we're back here with Dictina. Oh my gosh, the way she said that, Chronikai. She rolled her R's like she fancy. Oh, she fancy. Red snapper, very tasty. Let's turn in the red snappers and the fishing net, the Draenei fishing net. I hope the Murlocs didn't cause too much trouble. I owe you a great debt of gratitude. She gives us a fishing pole and also a shiny bauble, which we can attach to said fishing pole to increase our fishing skill by 25. She also happens to be the fishing trainer and fishing suppliesman or woman, supplies woman of the zone. But then after that, she gives us the follow-up, travel to Azerwatch, find Acteon, and deliver the crate of Red Snapper to Acteon. You did a wonderful job. Our people will be thankful for this bounty. With that said, would you mind taking this haul of Red Snapper to Acteon at Azerwatch? So now we have 3 whole quests to turn in up at Azerwatch. Our next little quest hub here in Azermist Isle, and then from there, we'll head up to Bloodmist Isle, and there's Blood Watch up there. You know, the names are very similar. Azerwatch, Blood Watch, and that's where the similarity ends. And then after Bloodmist Isle, I'm actually not sure where I'd go. I think maybe Red Ridge Mountains is where I headed on my hunter, and I'm still there. And actually, I just left that zone and I headed to Duskwood. So I'm at Duskwood now. I could go to Darkshore. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to head to Aberdeen. It's the only way to get off of this island here out in the middle of the ocean is to take the boat to Aberdeen, which is here in Darkshore. But let's turn in this quest here at Acteon, who is also the hunter trainer, by the way, so we can turn this in. We get a nice little laugh from him. Now that laugh, the Draenei laugh like that, always reminds me, is he gonna laugh every time we talk to him? Do it. Do it again. Oh my god. Every time you talk to this dude, he laughs like that. And it always reminds me of, there's a character in Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that game, but it's one of my all-time favorite video games of all time. And there is a fisherman character in that game, and that laugh reminds me so much of that character, because he laughs in such a similar manner. It's almost like the voice actors, or the voice directors, the voice acting directors for this game, when people came in to record their parts, were like, you know what? I laugh exactly like this, because it's almost a one-to-one. Like, it sounds so similar, it's crazy. I'm gonna get the mana. I'm gonna go with the stacks of Refreshing Spring mana. I don't think, as a paladin, you know, we have Holy Light, we have healing spells. I don't think I need food at all. Just the mana, just the Refreshing Spring Water. So this is our Paladin Trainer. Level 6, we learned rank 2 of Holy Light. That's going to help us out a lot. And we learned Divine Protection and Seal of the Crusader. Now, Divine Protection is actually really useful. I'm going to go ahead and put rank 1 back on my bar here, because it automatically puts rank 2. And, you know, sometimes you don't need rank 2. Sometimes you just need a rank 1 heal, a low heal. Rank 2 is for 76 to 90 of our health. Rank 1's just 42 to 50. You know, sometimes we just need to top off our health. We don't need a whole big ol' heal from rank 2. So we got Seal of the Crusader also, so that's gonna either replace or we'll interchange Seal of the Crusader with the Seal of the Righteousness, and we also get Divine Protection, which is really, really, really useful It protects us from all physical attacks and spells for 6 seconds, but during that time we cannot attack or use physical abilities ourselves. So it's a good way to, you know, if we're getting dangerously low with health, pop DP here, heal yourself up a bit. It's almost like Divine Shield, DS. It's a lot like that, but it's a little bit different. Once protected, the target cannot be made invulnerable by Divine Shield, Divine Protection, or Blessing of Protection, again for 1 minute. And that increases. I think that 1 minute debuff goes up at some point to 2 minutes or 5 minutes. So yeah, just keep your eye out for that when that happens. So Seal of the Crusader here fills a paladin with the Spirit of Crusader for 30 seconds, granting 36 melee attack power. Very interesting. So that takes us up to 7.5 as opposed to, wait, what? Hello? Why does our melee attack power increase by 36? Our DPS is 8.1. The paladin also attacks 40% faster, but deals less damage with each attack. That makes no sense. Our damage went down 10 to 12. Deals less damage with each attack. So it doesn't even look like it's worth it because our DPS goes down actually. So our attack speed goes up 1.5 as opposed to 2.1. But damage 15 to 19 with Seal of the Crusader, it's only 10 to 12. Holy cow. Who would ever in their right mind want to use that? I don't know. That's crazy, right? Only one seal can be active at the paladin at all time. Unleashing the seal's energy will judge an enemy for 20 seconds, increasing holy damage taken by up to 23. Your melee strikes will refresh the spell's duration. Only one judgment per paladin can be active at one time. So I would say lead with Seal of the Crusader, but then just pop back to Seal of Righteousness, because I feel like Seal of Righteousness deals holy damage with each attack. The debuff from Seal of the Crusader makes it so the target takes more holy damage taken from each spell. So we have 2 quests here. I'm going to be ending off this episode right now, but for the next time, we have the Great Moongraze Hunt and Medicinal Purposes that we're going to be starting off with next episode. But we're here, guys. We're here at Azure Watch, our next big quest hub. We're level 6. Things are looking pretty good for us so far. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys are enjoying this server. It's a great server. The scripting is unreal. The main problems that Netherwing had was the server crashing constantly, and they fixed the main problem. There's still little crashes here and there, but overall, so much better than before. Last night, the uptime, they got server uptime up to about 16 or 17 hours. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was insane. And once they get the crashes under control, like 100%, because right now it's probably at about 95%, the server's fixed. But once they get up to about 100%, nothing can stop the server. It will dominate. It will dominate the private WoW scene for good. So thank you guys for watching again. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for all the support you give me. And until next time, as always, I hope y'all stay classy and peace out.